In this video, we are going to compare auto local dimming medium versus auto local dimming high on two Sony full array local dimming LED LCD televisions to see which setting is the more accurate. Hello everyone, Vincent Teo from HDTV Test here. There are a couple of YouTube videos posted online that give out the recommended settings for the Sony XH90, also marketed as the BRAVIA X900H in the USA. And among the settings that have been recommended, these videos suggested that auto local dimming be set to high. And in this video, I am going to try and show you the effects of doing so. So here we have two 55-inch Sony XH90 or X900H full array local dimming LED LCD televisions displayed side by side. And if I display this scene from Batman vs Superman, this is the 4K Blu-ray version, you can see that once I actually set auto local dimming to high on the Sony XH90 on your right, you can see that this blows out the creases on Ben Affleck's white shirt. And once I set auto local dimming back down to medium again, you can see that the creases are restored and the bright highlight detail are recovered. Next, we are going to check out this scene from Wonder Woman. And if you pay attention to the lightning bolts here, if I switch auto local dimming to high on the XH90 on your right, you can see that it begins to blow out the lightning bolts. And it is basically brightening it to a level where highlight detail begins to clip. Next, we are going to check out this scene from Pan. And if I set auto local dimming to high on the XH90 on your right, you can see that it begins to clip the detail in the cloud and also in the bubble and make this specular highlight detail disappear essentially. Whereas once I actually change auto local dimming back down to medium, you can see that these specular highlight detail are restored in accordance to the creator's intent. So hopefully from these brief examples, you can see that auto local dimming high is actually not the correct or accurate setting. It is actually meant to be auto local dimming medium, especially for HDR content. If you actually push auto local dimming to high, then it will begin to clip some specular highlight detail unnecessarily. And this not only applies to movies, it also applies to game. For example, if you use game mode and you set auto local dimming to high, then you will begin to see that some of the specular highlight detail may get clipped and you may lose definition in the brighter regions. Next, what I wanted to tackle is another picture setting called Advanced Contrast Enhancer. And again, I was slightly alarmed to see some people suggesting that Advanced Contrast Enhancer be set to low or even to high for a better picture, and I think it is something that I will disagree based on my findings. So if you can pay attention to this scene from The Martian, if we set Advanced Contrast Enhancer to high on the XH90 on your right, you can see that it brightened the sky considerably and also brought out a bit more posterization. Next, we are going to go to this scene from The Greatest Showman. And again, if we set Advanced Contrast Enhancer to high on the XH90 on your right, you can see that the posterization surrounding the bright light in the center of the screen became worse because the region is actually brightened up unnecessarily. And I think this is more of a problem on the Sony XH90 or X900H because this television does not have the smooth gradation decontouring filter that is found on higher end Sony televisions. So let me show you some EOTF or electro-optical transfer function charts to demonstrate why engaging Advanced Contrast Enhancer is not a wise idea, especially for HDR content. So if you look at these side-by-side charts here, we have the Advanced Contrast Enhancer set to off on the chart on your left and Advanced Contrast Enhancer set to high on the chart on your right. And with Advanced Contrast Enhancer off, you can see that the tracking is following the PQ EOTF standard very closely. And in case you need some explanation, the yellow line here is the PQ ST2084 standard, and the gray line is what I've measured from the TV in question. But if you look at the chart on your right, where the advanced contrast enhancer has been set to high, you can see that the measurements exceeded the PQ EOTF standard considerably. And this is important because not only does this mean that the image on screen will be brighter than reference, it also increases the risk of posterization. So you have to understand that the whole concept of the PQ standard, which stands for perceptual quantization, is that if you have a tone curve that goes above the yellow line, it means that it will be more likely to exhibit posterization, because perceptual quantization means that they have designed the PQ curve in such a way such that anything that is on the PQ curve and below won't exhibit posterization, whereas anything that is above the PQ curve will be more prone to posterization in accordance to the Barton ramp, which is the central concept within the ST2084 PQ standard. So from that point of view, if you push the brightness to be brighter than the yellow line, which is the perceptual quantization standard, then the more likely you are going to see posterization on screen, as borne out by the scenes in The Martian and also in The Greatest Showman that I've shown earlier. So I think the ideal advanced contrast enhancer setting is always off. It should never be on low, it should never be on medium, and it definitely should never be on high. Because if you push the advanced contrast enhancer setting to above the off setting, then you will be brightening the picture unnecessarily, which is again deviating from the artistic intent. But more importantly, you will be introducing more posterization artifacts in various parts of the picture. So hopefully this video makes it quite clear about my recommendation of the most accurate auto-local dimming and also the advanced contrast enhancer settings for any Sony full array local dimming LED LCD televisions, including the XH90 or X900H. So auto-local dimming should be medium and advanced contrast enhancer should be off. And of course, anyone can publish their recommended settings online. And because it is your own television, you are free to do whatever you want with regards to the settings. But I think what I wanted to stress in this video is that there's a difference between reference and preference. And my priority on this channel is to always target towards the reference standard. And from my credentials point of view, I have over the years accumulated many expensive calibration equipments to help with measuring and testing these TVs that I review on this channel. And I have also been spending time with reference broadcast monitors, so I know what a reference image should look like. And based on my skills and experience and knowledge, the most accurate auto local dimming setting on Sony full array local dimming LED LCD televisions is medium, and the correct advanced contrast enhancer setting should be off. If you like to watch more videos on useful TV settings tips, I've created a playlist here if you'd like to click on it, and I will see you in the next video.